Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I'm here today to talk to you about a project that has sort of slipped under the radar, and I think it is absolutely seriously underpriced right now, and we're going to be breaking this project down to show you exactly how underpriced this is, how much money you could be making getting into it, and what is so special about this project right now. Okay, so the project that we're talking about today is called Bubblemaps. Now, I'm sure some of you are already familiar with Bubblemaps. It is a very used and renounced tool across the crypto space, and people use this every single day when investing in especially meme coins and newer traded assets on decentralized exchanges. But if you were more of a centralized exchange trader, then you might not exactly know what Bubblemaps is and essentially where it's come from. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with sort of a little breakdown essentially of what Bubblemaps is, and then I'll show you the story behind it, and then essentially the price and where this thing could be going in the future. Okay, so Bubblemaps is basically an innovative tool that is used to basically break down the information on chain and make it digestible to the average user. Okay, now what I mean by that is when a user creates a coin, for example, if we go over to Dex tools here, you can see tokens, you can see all these new tokens, and you can see we've got like a meme board, for example. So for example, you've got Trump bill, for example. Now what you can do with this, you copy the address of that token, you go over to literally Bubblemaps, and then you paste that token in, and then you will basically see the map, the bubble map essentially of this token. Now what that does, it essentially shows you the wallets that have linked together. Obviously pretty bad example because this is a brand new token. So let's go to live new pairs, and let's do Pepe coin, for example, something that's trading it's only 175k market cap, so let's do something bigger. Spark, $7.55 million market cap, that's probably a better one there. So let's do what we do, we copy the address from this, and then we paste that over into Bubblemaps here, and as you can see, there will be loads of bubbles that come up, and this basically shows exactly the wallet distribution of this token and how it's sort of been distributed out. Now, why is this important? It's important because basically, if you've got, say, a big sort of cluster like this, for example, it basically can shed light on collusion and basically people holding too much of the supply. And what you commonly find here when you put tokens into this, usually you have like sort of like think of it like a rug pull scanner. Okay, so you have like a creator address, and then say if this was the creator address, you would have literally bubbles connecting all of the wallets that they are basically sending the supply out to. Now some rug pulls, they will have literally hundreds of wallets all connected to that sender address, and they will basically, when they sell off all of those wallets and dump the whole asset. Okay, so this is used pretty much across the board by a lot of people trading coins in that decentralized space, because you can really spot those rug pulls essentially using this tool. So that's a tool, that's a sort of a guide essentially what Bubblemaps actually is. Now the story behind it and the story behind the launch is very important. Okay, so let's get into that right now, because it started off with basically Binance Wallet supporting them for potential airdrop. Okay, so this is essentially what happened here. Exclusive TGE for Binance Wallet. Bubblemaps BMT is the token here, and they basically had a way that you can claim BMT through the Binance app. Okay, so there's a massive airdrop here over on the Binance app, which again, massive for exposure for an asset like this. And then the next thing happened, it was added to Binance Alpha. And obviously you guys, I'm sure you know what Binance Alpha is. Basically the first place that all these really newer coins sort of get listed, and it's started to, well, it's basically created a bit of a BNB meme coin craze at the moment. But BMT, that basically was listed on there. That was the next stage for them. And then out of nowhere, BMT will be listed on Binance Spot listing on the 17th of March. Okay, so crazy stuff. They got a Binance listing straight out of the gate here, which is super bullish to see, and a very good thing for Bubblemaps. Now, the thing about Bubblemaps, okay, if you just look at the Twitter, for example, they have 273 1,000 followers right now, which is absolutely insane. Their engagement is completely through the roof. They're a viral tool that is used every single day here by many different traders assessing different coins. And you can see here BNB meme coin season is real, and you can see essentially a nice example of how this is working. So what they've done here, they've put in the new meme coin 4CZ, sorry, and you can see these are the grouping wallets that we have seen around that coin. So it doesn't look too bad here, but usually you can get some really bad ones there. So it's a really good tool that a lot of people use to check every single day. So that's another massive point. It is a viral tool that people use, okay? And that's something that I did want to get across. Now, let's talk about the price quickly, because I'm sure you guys are probably sat there like, oh, well, how much is this thing worth? You're saying it's a viral thing. You're saying it's a used product. Why are you doing a video on this right now? I'm doing a video on this right now because I believe this is an underpriced asset coming into this run. This tool is used every single day by literally hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, now they're just building an ecosystem around their coin. Their coin is very new in the space here, guys. Launched basically back at the start of this year, essentially in March. And from there, it's not done that much in terms of crazy volume, okay? The volumes, as you can see, in the last 24 hours, it's up 261%, which is absolutely crazy here. But you can see the price is still lacking. It's still only at a $31 million market cap. Well, $32 million market cap. So you can imagine how underpriced this asset is right now. For this to even get to $100 million, you're literally talking about a 3x in your investment just straight out the gate here, okay? So it's a very easy play in my opinion, and they're actually launching a lot more things to go alongside this as well. Now, one of the things that I was looking into that Bubblemaps has launched, which is, again, if you have a coin, you need an ecosystem around it, and they've sort of launched this thing called, it's called the Intel Desk, and basically what this is, it essentially rewards people for looking into projects, and they get rewarded in BMT for looking into the projects themselves, right? And this basically creates an ecosystem because people are using it for voting power. They're using it to reward people that, like the researchers, for example. So Star Platinum on Solana here, Star Platinum Sol, has basically found out that Aster, obviously we all know Aster, apparently the 88.25% of the supply is in just 4 wallets, all controlled by safe proxy multi-sigs. The team can basically pump and dump it anytime they want, and the top 5 wallets hold 93.25% combined, which is just absolutely crazy for an asset like Aster, because obviously this thing is launched, it's exploded, it's done really well. And also you can see here, Aster is faking about 90% of their volume. So this is just a really good prime example of why BMT token has got a really good ecosystem behind it, and it will do on a much larger scale in the future as this thing grows. Okay, so this is again just the Intel case. You've got cases, you've got leaderboards here, you've got locking. Obviously, you've got a more detailed explanation of how it works there, and then obviously you've got Bubblemaps itself. Now, Bubblemaps V2 is in a beta, so they will be launching more stuff with it in the future. But right now, at a $32 million market cap, it is super underpriced in my opinion. Okay, now just wanted to go into the chart quickly, because say if you guys were like to buy at this level, like this chart's obviously down a hell of a lot right now. This is obviously the Mexi chart. But if you were to buy at this level and run it up to all-time highs, the all-time high here on this chart would actually be literally 392%, guys. That is just under a 5x on your investment. And just remember, at a $32 million market cap, 5x times 30, that's $150 million market cap. If you look at some other cryptocurrencies in the space right now, if we just go to the ranking section, you can go to like, for example, meme coins. We can scroll down and you can see some of these meme coins like Dora, Rect, Notcoin, Mudeng, Giggle, meme coin. These are all literally hundreds of millions of dollars in market cap already. And half of these coins, like, people just haven't even heard of, right? So an asset like Bubblemaps that has already got hundreds and thousands of users, hundreds of thousands of followers, and an ecosystem built behind a real utility, it just shows that this thing is completely underpriced in my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed making it for you and doing the research behind BMT and Bubblemaps, but I do think there is a massive opportunity right now to be getting involved with this token and really capitalizing on the future of Bubblemaps and the growth of the project in general. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. All the links are in the description to go check out Bubblemaps and obviously their socials as well. That is going to be it from me. Peace out for now, and I'll see you in the next video.